The Archie project really has a very important role to play, particularly with youngsters, because they can identify with the character, identify with the story, and I think children love to latch on to a character, whether it's something from a comic book or from a story that they've read or whatever. And if you've got a character like Archie, who is clearly a very lovable, likeable character, one that children can identify with, that helps them to feel secure in what they're doing. So I think going into care homes and working with elderly people is absolutely wonderful for young children. Very often young people don't have an opportunity to spend much time with their grandparents, with older members of the community. And so that's a wonderful thing. And it's brilliant for the people in the care homes. That wonderful interaction between older people and young people is just a joy to watch, because children have no inhibitions. And the elderly love young children.
I think it's lovely to bring older and the younger ones together.
Yes, they were simply lovely.
They were.
To Archie the Scarecrow, an amazing guy, one of the best and most respected scarecrows in the community. He has many friends and works full-time on a local farm. He has many years' experience and is good at his job. Bernard realised how easy it would be for Archie to start to lose his colourful personality again and quickly become invisible in the field and in the community. He made a promise to himself that he would not become...
I wrote the story taking him on a journey from exclusion to inclusion. And when Archie wasn't being looked after in the community by his friends, he would feel sad and lonely, and his colours would fade and he would become invisible. But when his friends had learnt about dementia and started to include him again within the community, then his colours returned again, he felt much brighter, much happier, and he became colourful Archie again. Okay, so when things like that were happening to Archie, what then happened to him? How did he feel?
From the children's point of view, it was lovely on the Scarecrow Day, because we did have a most creative Scarecrow competition, and then we took the winners up to our linked old people's home, which is Westbury Care Home, and we just had a really lovely time. And again, it was just about bringing old people and young people together to share an experience and to overcome some of the anxieties, I think, that sometimes we as adults actually carry much more than the children.
It was all so different to usual. It was nice, just nice.
We dressed up as the best scarecrow in year 2.
Hello, George. Played by cards.
Oh, right, yeah.
The cards in my hand, and that's it. I had to leave.
A number of our parents, when we sent out a newsletter, wrote back to us and said, we're really pleased that you're looking at this project, because this is a really tricky thing for us as a family, or something that we feel really strongly needs to be addressed in the wider community.
I think some of the exciting things I've seen over the last year in schools is young people getting engaged, not only in listening to the Archie story, but also talking about it in maths, English, science. And that, I think, is wonderful, because we're talking then not only intergenerational, but we're also talking about a generation of young people who will understand the issues towards dementia.
I like him to have his cardigan just so, because he's got to look pretty.
Yes, I do. I think it's a good idea because we're learning about dementia, and it's a fun way because we get to dress up as scarecrows and there's all these games. So most people see it as a fun activity, but we're actually learning a lot.
Big boy now.
And who did you dress up as? Were you a scarecrow, Tyler, or who were you?
Dementia is probably the greatest social and medical challenge facing the 21st century, with the numbers of people with dementia increasing. So if we can get to young people, that is the key. And something like the Archie project is absolutely brilliant at doing that. For little ones particularly, who may see Granny and Grandad behaving in a different way, it gives them an opportunity through the Archie project, through Archie's story, to understand, to have the kind of understanding and humanity and gentleness and caring, all of those things that children actually find come quite naturally to them, but it gives them an opportunity to develop those particular caring attitudes towards their own family and eventually towards society in general. Like so many movements that begin with young people, or so many attitudes of mind that begin with young people, it will be infiltrated throughout society, and we'll all be out of work, thank goodness.